particularly some of these young offensive skill guys. I thought it was a grow-up night for them. It wasn't fluid. It could have been frustrating. They didn't allow that to rule them. They maintained the clarity of thought and the cohesion required to make those big plays in the waning moments. And I can't say enough about 8 and 14 and 22 and 88 and 18, all of them. They showed poise and resolve and made the necessary plays. And so we move forward. We move forward with a really good Christmas. Few injuries, 21, Trey Norwood, he's got a hamstring. Marcus Allen's got a bicep that's been evaluated. I think the rest is bumps and bruises associated with play. Questions?
Mike, with the way the game ended, it wasn't a deflected pass, but you get that last second touchdown. Is that, symbolic of 50 years ago and just the whole Franco
I'm not gonna try to put it in that neighborhood, not even into that city, okay? But it was a nice play.
Just given the whirlwind of the week, though, all the emotions, is it one of the more moving wins you can recall?
We're professionals. Football's our game, our business is winning. We're gonna be in an emotionally charged environment from time to time, ceremonially or just wait of the game. I just think that's just part of professional football. We gotta find ways to compartmentalize that and do what's required, which is play winning football. And make no mistake about it, it was a significant game, but it's probably just a significant game because so many of our guys are young and they stood up tonight and it's a growth outing, probably more than anything.
With the frigid temperatures, obviously, what can you say about the crowd that was in attendance and how they supported you guys throughout the night?
Man, we don't take our support and our crowd for granted. I tell you what, though, I don't know that any of us even noticed the temperature tonight. It was just one of those games. You never really notice it unless you're winning definitively or you're getting smashed. And so it was a close game, man. I kind of forgot about the weather.
Mike, you mentioned it, but could you elaborate on the way your defense made plays? It seemed like every drive in the second half, whether it was a sack or an interception.
And let's be honest, we've been pretty clear that if we were going to do something in this season, that they had to play like that. They're the more senior group. They got the more established players and so forth. And so, not that we don't appreciate it, but it's expected. I think they expect it of themselves, probably the most important thing.
Jacobs and Adams were really kind of like non-factors. What can you say about the defense shutting down those playmakers?
That was our agenda. We talked about it all week that it was those two guys, and I talked about our experience of having two significant guys, and we kind of understand how to manage that dynamic runner, dynamic receiver. And I just think that we did a good job of balancing the schematics of it, and when we didn't balance the schematics of it, the guys, made the plays and understood when they were in the kitchen and they had to stand up.
You talked about your skill position players. What about the growth of your line throughout the season?
They've been consistent in terms of getting better, and I think what we've done as a collective in terms of staying on schedule and establishing a run and so forth has been an indication of that. Although I will say that, boy, the Raiders did an awesome job tonight, largely versus our running game, man. We didn't control it the way we desired to, but sometimes you're gonna be in games like that. It was rough and tumble.
You mentioned growth on offense. What sort of comfortability do you think that Najee and Pat Freiermuth provided Kenny tonight?
I think all the guys made plays. They made the plays when called upon. I think the end of the game's kind of reflected that. Moose made a big play. Nas made a big play jumping somebody. When GP made a play in the end zone. We just got a bunch of young guys that's got some talent. They're getting better. They're good enough to win as that happens. And we just better keep rolling our sleeves up, keep our head down, our mouths shut, and working. That's this game. We got a battle waiting on us.
Coach, you had mentioned poise. What's your thoughts on Pickett's poise on that final drive?
I don't think any of us are surprised with those intangible things that Kenny shows us. I think that the proximity that we had to his college experience kind of makes us extremely comfortable about our knowledge of those things, and I expect to see it. I think we all expect to see it.
The Franco jerseys, when and how did that idea for that gesture kind of originate?
Penn State man, Pat Freiermuth. I'm sitting on the back patio with him on Wednesday. practice, and it was his suggestion, and we are Penn State.
Mike, was same with the flag, did you know, and could you describe that feeling when Cam ran out with the 32 flag?
It was a lot of things that happened tonight that were heavy. We knew it. We just wanted to be a part of it. Some nights you get an opportunity to kind of etch your small place and steal a lower. And I'm so happy that our young guys had an opportunity to do that in some small way tonight.
All right, thanks
Thanks, Mike.
everybody.
Thanks.
Thank you.